Hey guys, welcome back to Shib. The cryptocurrency community has been through a long bear market, and we were all wondering when it would end. But what if I told you that we now know for sure what caused this long cryptocurrency crash? As you may have heard on the news, a number of bank failures have rocked the financial world. But in the midst of all the chaos, a secret tip came to light. The US government has been planning to crash the cryptocurrency for over a year. But these leaks show just how crazy their secret plans are. With all the recent bank failures, the plan also speaks of more crazy plans we can expect in the future. All of these things are pieces of a big puzzle that you have to put together to see the whole picture. In this video, I'm going to show you how I solved this tricky puzzle. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss a single second. Disclaimer: as a result of the failures of Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature, bank management that began in a small California regional bank has turned into a global crisis. The Federal Reserve has prepared a huge amount of new funds for financial institutions and has changed its plans to reduce the amount of money in circulation. Switzerland is working hard to get UBS and Credit Suisse, two of its largest banks, to join forces. You might be wondering what any of this has to do with the Shiba Inu. Let's not forget that Shiba Inus are involved. When we talk about the cryptocurrency market as a whole, this is the biggest threat to financial stability since the Great Financial Crisis of 2008. And it will dramatically change the way U.S. banks operate. A lot of attention has been paid to the potential for further run-ins and the effects of Fed policy on banks, which is where it should be. But lost in the chaos is another story about the federal government's growing crackdown on America's illegal industry. The two cryptocurrency-focused banks that are the most heavily involved in silver were forced to close. The common story is that they made bad bets and lost, or that they just couldn't handle fickle depositors like tech and cryptocurrency startups. But people piece together a different story about what happened that's both scarier and more compelling. It appears that these banks, especially the signature ones, have been the targets of a shady plan to shut down banks serving the cryptocurrency industry. Not only have regulators used banking to close signatures, but Chokepoint 2.0 may have been to blame. Has the Biden administration actually launched the World Bank as part of a campaign against the crypto space to vent their anger? If true, it would be a huge scandal. One that the Biden administration will have to respond to. In January 2023, it was clear that the war on cryptocurrencies under the Biden administration had moved into a new phase. Some people in the cryptocurrency space have noted that the White House and the Federal Reserve have been working together to try to prevent banks from doing business with cryptocurrency clients, which will make it harder for the industry to operate. This is a problem because it was an attempt to grab much more power than the executive usually has. Still, what do you think? I think the US government will eventually be more open to cryptocurrency and Shiba for us. At this point, it is true that cryptocurrency cannot be stopped. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Even with all the news about the US government's war on cryptocurrency, which seems futile, the Shiba Inu community is still as strong as ever. Satoshi just said something that could cause the price of sheep to go up a lot. Find out what he said by staying around. You won't want to miss this. But before anything else, you should know that this channel is giving out $100,000 daily. Shane just subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below to be eligible for the giveaway. Best wishes with the hashtag Shiba Inu. Satoshi Kusama, who is in charge of Shiba Inu's development, says 500 people have said they want to be validators for the upcoming Layer 2 network Shibarium. The screenshot shows that most auditors have already been told that it can be used. Shiba Inu Shibarium testnet beta Kusama also said that most validators will be able to use the network before everyone else, so they can see if the testnet is right for them. However, some applicants do not understand the message. Kusama says this happened because of a labeling error. So how will the Shiba Inu choose the people to check on? Shibarium validators on the blockchain network are responsible for confirming and approving transactions. The people responsible for these nodes are called auditors. When Shibarium first appeared, as said earlier, validators would be responsible for checking the legitimacy of each transaction across the network. Only 100 people will be able to validate the Shibarium in January. Shiba Inu said it would choose these auditors based on how well trained, knowledgeable, and reliable they are, because there are only a certain number of locations for Shibarium auditors. New validators can only join the network when an active validator leaves. Validators must take at least 10,000 Shiba Bones tokens. The upcoming second layer network will use bones as a symbol of judgment. One of the most anticipated launches of 2023 is the Shiba Inu Shibarium network. but the team hasn't set an exact date yet. Though the testnet is already up and running, no one knows for sure when the mainnet will be up and running. One of the few things that keeps a sheep buzzing is launch, so it seems like a lot depends on it when it comes out. If you like this video, please leave a comment and tell your friends about it. It helps the YouTube algorithm a lot, which means I can continue to improve my videos. But let's go back for a moment to the US government. If you've been working with crypto for a while, you should already know what MicroStrategy is. In short, MicroStrategy is the largest institutional owner of Bitcoin. It is a business intelligence company based in the United States. In the past few months, the company has had to deal with a lot of problems, especially since the cryptocurrency market crashed during the 2022 bear race. MicroStrategy seems to be off to a good start in 2023, which is good news. The company just paid off a $205 million loan to the now-defunct Silvergate Bank. In the past few weeks, it also added 6,455 bitcoins to its total value. But even with this huge increase, the software giant is still not the owner of the largest Bitcoin. And you might be surprised to find out who has the most Bitcoins at the moment. Well, you probably know by now that I'm talking about the United States government. Yes, you are right. Although MicroStrategy has added a lot of Bitcoins, it is still not the holder of the largest Bitcoins. This title is owned by the United States government and is currently worth more than 205,000 Bitcoins. At current prices, this massive Bitcoin stock is worth over $5.17 billion and makes up nearly 1% of all Bitcoins in circulation. Most of these holdings consist of Bitcoins that have been hacked at various times over the years. In 2016, for example, U.S. authorities seized control of 94,636 Bitcoin that was linked to the hack of cryptocurrency exchange Bitfinex. This was the largest Bitcoin seizure to date, and the seized coins were worth about $4 billion at the time. A few years later, U.S. authorities seized nearly 70,000 Bitcoins from a criminal who only used the single name. The money was part of a Silk Road scam that the individual agreed to give up. And another case also related to the Silk Road, the U.S. government got 50,000 Bitcoins from a man named James Shung, who got it illegally from a market on the dark web. The U.S. government will have a lot more Bitcoin than it does now. But over the years, the government has sold or auctioned a lot of Bitcoins. Tim Draper, a well-known Bitcoin proponent, bought approximately 30,000 Bitcoins in one of these auctions in 2014. More recently, in March this year, U.S. authorities likely sold 10,000 Bitcoins in a wallet owned by Coinbase on the open market. This latest batch of Bitcoin sold is believed to be part of the money taken from these Silk Road scams. Even the markets were upset by the move that caused Bitcoin to drop 2%. Although the U.S. government has sold some of its Bitcoins, it still owns more than MicroStrategy and Tesla, the second and third largest institutional firms.